Everybody, it's Coach Matt, EliteThrowsCoaching.com, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look here at Naheed. So Naheed is from Pakistan, and he sent in a video. He's been doing the off-season training ebook that I sell on my website, and we've been going back and forth answering some questions, and he sent in a video looking for me to analyze the video and take a look at what he needs to work on. So I just want to do a quick video analysis and post it up here on YouTube to help him out a little bit, give him some ideas and some more things to work on. So as you will see, he is left-handed, but that does not change anything with the technique. The technique is still the same whether you're left-handed or right-handed. Again, we are all built the same. So we're going to be looking for some of the same things as a right-handed thrower. So going to be taking a look here real quick. Let me just mute this here. And we're going to take a look at Naheed and what is going on with his throw. You can see here is tall, long, does a great job of keeping the discus away from his body. I'd like to see that left arm a little bit higher. You can see here as he comes out of the back of the circle, that discus is starting to drop a little bit low. Not a huge deal. It's more of a comfort thing. I just like to see the discus up a little bit higher in the back. The first big correction that I would like to see is a little bit wider of a sweep with this left foot. So you can see here he does a good job of getting the left foot off the ground. Might be able to come up a little bit earlier, but the left foot comes off the ground. You can see it's coming around, but it just starts to get a little bit too narrow too quick. So I would love to see this foot come around, all the way around, and then go into that circle. This is just a little bit too quick. You can see how he doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of space between his legs and between his feet. I'd like to see it a little bit more wide of a sweep with that left leg. The second thing I want you to work on is this jump to the middle. So you can see, and you'll see at the end, he's very jumpy. So he's very explosive, but he's very up and down, and you can see just how high his feet come off the ground. So the feet are coming off the ground and then landing to the middle. And you can see just how high, especially this right foot, how high his right foot comes off the ground. It's really pretty tall. So I'd love to see these feet be a little bit closer. Maybe, you can say that's about as high off the ground as I would ever want his left foot, his power foot right here. You can see it's a really much too much of a jump to the middle. We're looking for more of a drive to the middle instead of a jump to the middle. Now, once he does touch down in the middle, you can see he does a good job of turning that left foot, turning his power foot. He gets his right foot down. I think it would come down a little bit earlier if it wasn't so high up in the air. So if it wasn't so high up in the air like this, it would get down to the circle a little bit quicker, maybe here, which would be a great position. But it looks like it gets down here, which is just a little too much. And the big thing at the end, you see he does a great job of grounding that right foot, grounding that blocking foot. You can see the heel right there. But then it turns into a big jump and throw. So he's really jumping in the air, and then releasing the discus. I mean, he is probably a good 12 inches off the ground at this point, and he really loses connection with the ground a bit too early. So he starts to lose connection with the ground right about here. You can see at this point, just the very tip of his left toe is on the ground. You're not going to be able to produce any power with that. And then he's off the ground, and this is right where it starts to come out of his hand. So you can see it's much more of a jump and throw. I don't like this idea of jumping and throwing because, again, the focus should be applying power. The focus should be producing force. And in order to do that, we've got to stay connected to the ground. If you watch, I know it's tough to see, but top Olympic shot putters, top Olympic discus throwers, they actually keep their foot on the ground just all the way up until that split second before the discus leaves the hand. So you can see here, the discus is leaving the hand right about here. I'd love to see the foot still on the ground. But if we count backwards, just frame by frame, we've got 1, 2, basically 3 frames. You can see here the discus is kind of, whoops, the discus is kind of behind his hip. There's his hand right there. It's kind of blurry. Hand is right there. And then you can see foot leaves the ground. Or is leaving the ground right there. The hand is right about here. So he has all this extra time where he should be keeping his foot on the ground to produce more force onto that throw. So that's really the big things. Again, pulling in with this right arm, that would help quite a bit as well. You can see he does a pretty good job, but it's a jump and throw. There's really not a good amount of force being produced because, again, he's jumping off the circle. There's really not a good block with that right side because, again, he's kind of twirling through the throw. There's really no point where that right side really does a good job of stopping and blocking. Right side just kind of jumps off the ground and then he spins around to finish. And yeah, speed is great. He's looks like he's very fast in the circle. In fact, let me show you full speed what this looks like because, again, he does look very fast. Yeah, that's a slow motion video, I guess. I do frame by frame on these, so I didn't realize it was slow motion, but you can really see in this frame by frame how it's a jump and throw. So he jumps to the middle, he jumps at the end, and jump, jump. There's sort of two jumps. We really don't want to see a jump to the middle and a jump at the end. We want to see a drive to the middle, and then we want to see those feet stay down on the circle a little bit longer to produce more force. That, when you couple that with a big block on that right side, instead of just sort of jumping and twirling through the finish, really block hard with that right side, we're going to see some really, really big increases in distance. All right, so that's what I got for you today. Thanks for sending in the video. Guys, if you have any other questions, please leave them down below. Quick heads up that our overnight camps are live, so you can go right to the link down below this video and you can get signed up for one of those overnight camps. They're for high school aged students only, so we can't have college age or elementary school or master's throwers. It's really just for high school age throwers only. Right at Allegheny College in western Pennsylvania, and also at St. Mary's Orchard Lake, which is in southern Michigan. So looking forward to seeing you all this summer at one of our camps. If there's any questions, please leave them right down below this video. Thanks. Talk to you guys soon.